It's getting nasty.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Three Pods on the Birdie podcast. November 16th today,
Yes.
Thursday. Yesterday was opening day of gun season, and I'm sure a lot of people out there are hunters along with being golfers. So I hope you guys are maybe listening to this podcast in the tree stand or maybe doing
A
something.
couple people get a couple.
Yeah. A lot of people are shooting
Crazy
them. A lot of
first
people are
day.
shooting them. So we got myself, Cody, and then our birdie of the week here, our guest, Justin Hoff.
What's up?
We're gonna ask him some questions. We're gonna do a little interview with Justin today.
He's got a lot to tell us.
We have a lot to talk about.
A lot. We might
For
need
sure.
a 3-part series.
Remember.
But yeah, well, let's jump straight into it, Justin. First off, how you doing today? Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm doing good.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Not
Usually on Thursdays you have golf league.
And it was great weather for November
Ah,
16th.
We could have gone.
Yeah.
Probably.
we all golfed
Dude, there were
today.
people golfing at Fellows when I drove by there. Yeah, there were people right there on that par
We talk
4.
about it every week. Like, this might be the last week to sneak around.
I know.
Just not.
It's all right. We'll be golfing
Well,
quite a bit here shortly.
Work and life gets in the way of,
Yeah, once the simulator's up, then we're golfing every day. So a couple more weeks for that.
I'm
All
excited
right.
for that.
So how'd you get into golfing?
I would say, probably a lot of it when I was younger. Like, my dad was in golfing. He would golf in leagues with my uncle, and then I used to go down to my step grandparents in Ohio and for holidays, and every time I went down there, my other uncle's always watching golf, so I just would be on TV and stuff like that. But I didn't golf when I was younger. Like, I think the first time I ever golfed, I probably was 18, 19 years old. Something
Okay,
like
that's
that.
not bad.
So,
What other sports did you play before you golfed?
football for like organized sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
Football.
Nice.
Savage.
Nice.
Goes from a savage to just hitting the ball.
Right.
Nice. All right. So the first time you golfed, who'd you golf with? Do you remember? Like some buddies or family or
Damn.
just by yourself?
No, I don't
just
remember.
fucking
I know
hanging.
I was with
Your
somebody.
brother took you out,
I don't
Chauncey.
remember if it was my dad or if I might have been my roommate Chuck in Eastern.
Okay.
Him and I went out and golfed first time. He golfed in high school, so he had
Oh, so he
was
had
good.
the talent.
For being
Yeah.
a second time, it probably
Right.
was. I don't remember. Yeah, like, I had hand-me-down clubs from my dad to where, like, my woods were literally woods.
Oh god damn. My dad just showed
That's
me my
insane.
grandpa's clubs in the attic and those are woods. It's
And
crazy.
I didn't golf a lot, but this is probably 98, 99, and I think I still use these. I forget how many years, like I think right before I joined the league, and I was still using them, and people were like, you literally have woods, and I'm like, and then I split, I think, both of them the same day.
Dude, and they're small. Like the heads of
Yeah,
them,
the
they're
heads are real
small.
small.
Like they're not no 460cc driver head. Like
Yeah,
those things were tiny, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
And then I had a Killer Bee driver that my dad won in some golf outing, and it was pretty. It looked like the Wu-Tang Club, so I loved it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Wu-Tang.
Like a Killer Bee, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Wait, what the hell is that?" Like, so it was an ongoing joke for probably 10 years. Where's the Killer Bee at? Where's the Killer Bee at? Like,
So when did you buy your first like set of clubs? Were they used? Were they
yeah,
new?
my first like actual set was I bought it, Played Against Sports in Livonia. I want to say it was probably something. I
Okay.
think when I lived with either my cousin or when I was living with Mark, so it would have been in between 04 and 07.
Gotcha.
And then, but my first like actual new set of clubs never hit before. I think it was around like 2011.
Okay.
And then,
2011.
yeah, Dunham's Black Friday deal, $300 for a set of.
God, I love Black Friday.
Whatever the old version of TaylorMade was that year, it was that set. And
Okay.
it came with a 3-wood, and like, so all I had to do was buy update the 5-wood and the driver and
Nice.
whatnot. So,
And now what are you shooting around?
the TaylorMade. Which ones do we?
Sim 2s?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, the Sim
Sim
2s?
2s?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
got the Sim 2s. And
Yeah.
what clubs do you have? Name them all the way down or all the way up, however you want to do it. What do you have? Driver? What else you got?
Yeah, so I carry a 60, 56, 52, 48, and then up to 6-iron, and then a 4 and 5 hybrid, 5-wood, 3-wood driver.
A 5-wood and how often do you use the 5-wood? I've seen you use the 3-wood and I've seen you use the hybrids.
I kind of, yeah, I love the hybrids.
Yeah, the hybrids are your fucking.
Yeah, 3-wood and 5-wood. It depends on, like, I don't know, if I maybe miss it one a couple of times.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, oh, I'll just go back to the 5. I hit that good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hit
yeah.
the 5.
Right.
Oh, I'm short. Why the fuck didn't I hit the 3? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, but yeah, so 5-wood's kind of like a 200-ish
Okay.
club, and then if I
Gotcha.
need to get to 215 or something like
Right,
that,
you'll have the
3-wood.
3-wood.
If I smack it good, I can.
Right. Okay, and you're rocking the Scotty Cameron.
Yeah, that putter is.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And what's your ball of choice when you're playing
I
out there?
play Kirkland's just
Kirkland?
for the price wise, so
Yeah.
it's pretty much what I primarily play, and then play some found balls, and sometimes I'll
course.
run the Dunhams if I'm out, and I'll grab whatever's like on sale.
Right,
For 20
usually
bucks, like some
Callaways or
Baylor
something, or
82
Callaways,
Warbird,
yeah.
some, chrome soft.
Right.
Yeah,
Sure.
those Kirkland balls though, that's
The
like
truth.
they're Titleist Pro V1s is what they are. Titleist just
Right.
didn't like something about them
Yeah.
or whatever, like a small little thing,
Yep.
Yeah,
and then like they were like discarding them, so they just gave them like
Which I think I just saw recently that Kirkland signed up and it got approved for I think it was a patent for a driver. I don't know if you guys saw that.
I
So
think I did see something.
Kirkland might be in the club business here pretty
Yeah.
soon, dude. They're just sliding in.
sponsorship.
You saw 7-Eleven
pros.
has a golf line, so you can buy like golf outfits that are sponsored by 7-Eleven. Yeah, they just joined. So yeah,
That's
fucking wild shit. Yeah, golf hats and all. It's interesting game now. Interesting game. So
Hey, Kirkland, if you want to sponsor us,
yeah, that's cool with me. We'll play your ball the whole fucking time, dude. I'll say your name all the time.
to wear some merch.
Send me your ball.
Clip that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thumbnail for the fucking thing. That's
We're
great.
putting that on the real channel.
Hey.
Oh man.
Shy.
So what are some of your favorite rounds you've ever played? Places you've ever played. We'll start there. Places you've ever played.
Well, round is always your lowest
Yeah.
round, so
Of course.
it's always memorable, shot for shot. I just rounds with my leagues you never have a bad time. Rounds with you guys never have a bad time.
Okay.
So, yeah, and winning outings are
Of course,
always,
of course.
Yeah, and I've been able to win a few of those
Nice.
the last few years for. Yeah, so but places, so like probably I haven't played many up north, but my favorite was Dumaglass, which is just outside of Charlevoix, at the bottom of I think that's Lake Charlevoix down there.
Yep.
And so it's a lot of elevation changes, a lot of just that up north feel. And at one point you're so high up you can see out to. No, it's not Lake Michigan because you're right there. Yeah, but it's
Torch Lake or whatever's up there.
And and then the other one I liked Red Hawk in Taos.
Okay. Nice.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, I've heard about Red Hawk too.
Yeah,
actually,
it was the same kind of those vibes.
Yeah.
That's the shit thing. Is next summer definitely gonna be getting up north with
Right.
guys.
Oh yeah, of
Keep
course.
Mike
Of
up.
course.
Keep Mike up.
doing
Yeah.
more doing more roadies up there. So
Yeah, we'll be golfing up north, and I told you if we, get a spot on the golf trip, dude, that's a
Bro.
well that
Yeah.
and
wild
with
Yeah.
this, whenever my brother's property up there too. Like
Yeah, we can go up
He's
there.
got 10 acres up in Big Rapids.
Yeah, Big Rapids. That's where we don't go. That's over
there's
here.
3 courses within
go over there.
15 minutes of the property, and I think one of them he said you don't even take like a state road, you just take like trail that's
Oh
two
yeah, I
tired
bet Ferris State's golf course is right
Oh,
there. Since you have the university,
yeah, you're
Ferris State is
15
in Big
minutes from
Rapids.
Ferris State's
Yeah.
campus, and
So I guarantee you have
go
their
over
golf
there.
course.
That's kind of
Yeah.
where is like Flint over there and stuff. Or
Yep,
no?
yep. It's just north of Grand Rapids. What about an hour? You'd say? Maybe 2 hours.
Grand Rapids hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, no.
Manistee National Forest. So
Okay.
it's like,
And what about out of state? Any top golf courses out of state? Or are they all okay?
Yeah, that one I just played, Twisted Dunes, outside Atlantic City.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You play with
just
your buddy
back in August. Yeah, I went
Yeah.
to visit AP.
Your Flyers, buddy.
Yeah. And we golfed 3 courses in 4 days out there. One of them was a Ron Jaworski course. I can't
Which is
remember
awesome.
the name of it. That's the sad thing. As much as I remember shots of stuff, but it's like courses and where they're like.
Yeah.
Well, you start to play so many of them.
I know.
It's like
Yeah. So what was that
Yeah.
name? But
I've played like 4 Whispering
those.
Pines.
And then I golfed. Again earlier. I think this was 06, so I wasn't huge into golf, but I golfed. I think it was called Stonebridge or something down in Florida, like down between. I think it was in Estero, Florida.
Okay.
That's where Morty,
Your buddy has.
Yeah.
Nice.
So went golf with Perino and whatnot, and it was just but in Florida, man, you get out there, you're just sweating through your shirt on the driving
Yeah,
range.
dude.
It's
Yeah.
nasty, and you can't get away. You don't mind it. I love golfing in absolute just scorching.
Oh yeah, I don't mind
It
golfing.
depends when you go though too. Like we're going at a pretty good time. March is not a
March
bad
should
time.
be good. Yeah, March.
We went
like in
February.
September.
I think we went
Yeah.
February too before, didn't we?
Yeah, February.
Yeah, when we went that time, we had one day of golf. Man, it was we froze our nuts off,
Yeah.
dude. It was blistering winds, dude.
like
It was
48
it literally
degrees.
felt like some weather up here. Like up here.
It was
We were
cold.
shocked.
It was one day. One of like the 5 days.
Me and Steve, we had to buy a knit hat in the pro shop. And we bought hand warmers. Like, what the fuck? Why?
Yeah,
How?
Florida.
Hand warmers in
Right?
Florida.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it was. But that was the one day we were there for 5 days, I think, right? 5 or 6 days.
Yeah, 5 days.
And
we got 5 days in a row.
5 days in a row, and we just had that one day. The one day that was like that.
Yeah.
Well,
was-
yeah, you can't complain.
Yeah.
That's
No,
right.
no,
Well,
no.
it was the trip. Oh, that one that Josh went on to Vegas where they was there, and he was
Frank
he was like
went out
it was
there?
30 degrees or some shit out
Yeah.
there. Like
Him, Frank, Sam, they went out for a golf trip. Rubus, everybody you know. And they all went out there and fucking they wanted to play Wolf Creek. It's just some like gorgeous course, like ridiculous course out there. It's like an hour outside of the strip. So they fly in, they stay at the strip, they drive an hour out. Bro, they play this course that's probably $250. They play it, it's probably 35 degrees, 40 degrees out there.
and none
Just-
of them brought like warm golf clothes.
Just
That's insane.
freezing
They were
cold in
scrambling the
Vegas.
morning of to like buy
Yeah.
stuff, and it was
It was just torturous, windy. Josh was like, dude, it was the worst.
It was the worst trip we ever
conditions
had.
you could
like, let alone
possibly
the
have.
golf. He said even trying to walk up and down the strip or doing whatever
Yeah.
in Vegas, it was just cold.
Yeah, it was just cold as fuck. And he's just like, dude,
Nobody
it
packed
sucked.
for it 'cause we're
Yeah.
not expecting.
It was like
but
September or something, right? It wasn't supposed to be like.
he went no,
Or maybe it was
stupid.
cold.
He went like in February or March. but it
Okay,
was
yeah,
something-
yeah, it was something
but,
stupid.
dude, like being in fucking Arizona, like
Yeah,
like
we were there in February.
well, yeah, November. I was there on Thanksgiving in the Grand
Yeah.
Canyon. It was like fucking 10 degrees in the morning. It was
Oh yeah, because you're in the
but,
desert.
but we're there, and I just left Scottsdale the day before, and it's like
Right.
69
85,
degrees,
69,
60.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's close to
Those
December,
mornings
it's
were
great.
perfect for us.
Okay.
We had those when we were down there.
Yeah.
Like the 65.
Yep, the
degree
65
mornings.
stuff. Yeah, when we went, man, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Waste management. bro.
Highly recommend
Oh,
going to the
God
waste management.
Yeah, the place I stayed at was
The
like
tournament to start.
15 minutes from there, and I
Yeah.
went by and saw, like, drove past.
He
It
stayed
was
where
just,
Meg
like,
worked.
at
The restaurant. You know that whole
Kierland
shopping
Golf.
area. There was
Yeah.
golf area. There was
Which
big
was like-
hotel right across from her apartment.
Yeah, okay.
It's a beautiful golf resort, and it's like I go out, and the course I didn't want to play is the course they put me on. I didn't take my clubs because I was like, I'll rent them this time, just
Yeah.
make it easier, right? Like traveling with the family and get there, and it's like the set had to be like, I don't know, 10 years old and whatever. I know clubs are clubs. I just played like shit, but it's like as soon as I get there, I was like, fuck. And,
Yep.
dude,
I would use it as an
and
excuse. Fuck that.
we arrived on Saturday, and so my round was Sunday morning. But every time I go on vacation, like the first night, I just overserve myself, and I'm too excited. I'm too fired up.
Yeah, we all do that.
Like from the time change, my wife and kids fell asleep, and it's like 9 o'clock their time, and you're 2 hours difference, but they're just out cold, like they're just done. And like actually, it probably was 8 o'clock, so I just sat up like. Her aunt gave me some nice
good-
treats when we stopped
yeah.
by there on the way there. So I
Yeah.
went
There
out
you
on
go.
the balcony.
Smoke a
There you
little
go.
bit.
Yeah, she
Fucking-
gave me a couple pre-rolls and some
Nice.
gummies. So I just literally went out there, hit my like beautiful balcony overlooking the golf course. There's people like below there. There's like a 50-foot TV, and there's a bunch of chairs with fire pits.
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous.
So I'm
down
sitting
there.
on the balcony, just got some
Just
Beastie Boys
puffing away.
going on the speaker,
Nice.
puffing away. I bought a bottle of a smokehouse or something.
Okay.
And just sipped on that, and it was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's a
So
good
the next
time.
morning,
Yeah.
I go to show up, and Cody knows most of the story, but
Yeah.
I was by myself. I just put me with whoever. So I'm like, I go up, I'm with the Lee family. I'm like, all right. So I go out there in this family, and I'm like on the driving range trying to like set, it was sweet. Like the driving range, you lurking out over, I think it was Camelback or one of the mountain ranges.
Yeah,
That's
that's
got
where
sick.
we were about.
You got
That's
they got
sick.
music behind you going. The range balls are free. They're just sitting there. You want to alignment stick, whatever. They just got all that shit sitting out for you. So they even had like a trailer behind there with shit in it. And dude, I'm like shaking, putting my ball on the tee, and I'm like, am I just nervous because now I'm playing with people I don't know, or am I that hungover? Like, what the fuck, dude, like. Literally, and then these clubs, I hit like 5 bad shots in a row with these rental clubs, and all of a sudden I'm like, dude, I can't play golf right now. I'm like, I sat there contemplating. I'm like, if I didn't just drop $270 on this fucking round,
270
I
on a
would
round.
legit
That's
walk.
I told you that's how much the course is in Jacksonville that we were thinking about
Well,
playing.
200 for that, but then I had to rent the
Yeah.
club, so it was like 65 or some
Yeah.
jazz. But I also thought I was going to play a second round that week
Right.
too, that I ended up canceling because
Yeah,
I was dying.
yeah.
And so I go out, and it's funny. Like I pipe the first drive, and like oh, this is going to be good. But like, man, by the second half of the round, just started to fall apart. But the like actual turf and everything there, being in the desert, like I just like so many people talk up Scottsdale and Arizona golf and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I wasn't as pressed as everyone made it out to be. Like of course, playing a shitty round is never going to put a good memory in your head, but it was just weird. Like, and
Yeah.
dude, like I said, these clubs were the wedges weren't labeled degrees or anything like that. So
Oh,
I'm
that's
like,
a little fucked
so
up.
I'm sitting out there and I'm
Yeah,
like
yeah.
guessing, and I looked right at the people I'm playing with.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sorry, because I'm taking a little while. I'm like, these aren't labeled. I don't know what's what. And I hit beautiful shot, fucking lands 20 yards past the green. Like doesn't hit the green, doesn't whatever, like down in a swale
Yeah,
going
yeah.
towards
Yeah.
someone's drain. And I'm just like, and they're all on the green, homeboys. That
Well-
was that was the other part of the story I missed. Is as I'm shaking on the tee box and doing all that, I walk off to go like practice putt, and the Lees finally pull up, and I'm sitting there watching father and son out here. They're striping everything down them.
Yeah.
So that's where I was even just more like, I don't even want to play. I'm like, I don't want to do it. Like,
Well,
it's like,
I mean, I agree with you. Like when we went down there and we played, I wasn't impressed with the golf course or anything like that. I mean, nothing was. When we played, it was supposed to be like a pretty decent course. It was rated all right. It had some
Yeah.
good ratings and some good reviews. But I just wasn't impressed with it. It was, I don't know.
It was an average course.
It was an average course.
you
The
guys
greens
thought
were.
you are in Scottsdale area, right?
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
in Scottsdale. I
yeah.
can't remember the name of it. I remember exactly where it's at in Scottsdale, but
You showed me the one point when I was
yeah,
there.
it's like some creek or
but yeah.
whatever.
Not
Yeah.
real manicured. Like the greens weren't in like the best shape
Nope.
or anything
Well,
like that. And I just am not used to. I am not used to the turf, the ground. That's different grass down
Oh,
there.
for
It's
sure.
you're not getting divots. It's just exploding.
Right.
Sand basically.
Right.
So it's firm
That's the
and
best way I've
so
heard it described.
it's different golf. You don't have clubs that you can get specifically made for that.
Yeah.
The wedges and
Right.
stuff. It's tough. It's real tough, man.
Yeah, it is.
Our clubs up here are made for Michigan courses and are made for being able to take beaver pelt fucking and divots
Right.
Right.
and whatnot. And you can't do that down there with our clubs.
Yeah, it's harder to do that in a lot of places. I mean, even in Florida, I think for the most part, it wasn't. It was easier than
Well, you can do it down
Arizona,
there. Yeah.
but it wasn't.
Florida's not desert.
But
so
yeah,
it's like,
because there's plenty of water, it's fertile,
Mm.
but it's still not quite Michigan. I don't think. Colorado's kind of close. I feel like to Michigan for the most part. That would probably be one of the closer ones that I've been to. Myrtle Beach as well. The golf there is pretty close to Michigan. But yeah, there's some places where you go and it's complete. Oklahoma City,
yeah.
bro. It's like
There's
it's like golfing off rocks, bro. Yeah.
Ohio's fine. It's similar to Michigan.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't say
Ohio's
it's fine.
Well, I fucking hate it. Trust me. I don't.
He said
I go down there to
wouldn't say
make
it's
some money
fine.
on the golf course.
Why your sweatshirt red and white?
Oh yeah. No, that's
Cody
fine.
talked
made
to
it.
you.
We made it switch up. Hey, we wanted to.
We did switch it up. We got grays,
Some
red,
of
and black.
Green and whites.
You gotta,
grays and
some people
blues,
like
you
certain
can-
thing, yeah. So you gotta.
I just always
Say
say, no,
people.
it's Red Wings colors.
Yeah. There you go.
Someone tried to call me out, like, nope. Red Wings colors.
Exactly.
Funny. Well, I have a question. What do you enjoy most about golf? Is there one thing in particular that you love when you're out there?
I mean, everything.
Yeah.
All of it.
All of it.
But I mean, again, all right, here's one thing I'm very adamant about is like, I think your day and your round can completely go around who you're playing with, how everyone's attitude is that day, blah, blah, stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like, I
Mhm.
mean, because so for instance, if we go out and play, of course, we're going to have a great time. We're going to all sit here, feed off each other,
Oh
compliment
yeah.
each other, all that. But if you, maybe you're in a league and you're playing with people that you don't really know very well, like you guys, you just started that league, what,
Right.
2-3 years?
2
You're
years
in,
ago,
I mean,
yeah.
I've been in my league 15 years, or whatnot.
Right. So you know everybody for
Yeah.
the most part.
Yeah. So, so just being with people sometimes, that, like strange, like say if you get paired up with some strangers outing and you're with other
It's
people,
so
stuff
rough.
like that, but yeah, definitely, but yeah, the camaraderie of golf,
Mhm.
just out there, got a couple beers, got some music going,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and obviously if you're playing well, like it's the best thing in the world.
Of course.
And if you're playing shitty, it's like the third best thing in the world.
Right.
You can't
Yeah,
really
behind
complain.
fakes and blowjobs.
It's like, but weather, the course you're playing, the service of the course, all that stuff. Like, it's just like,
Do you have a favorite course around here that you like to play?
I'm obviously I'm partial to Pheasant because we're
Right.
play there every week, but
Yep.
North Phil Hills around this
Okay.
area I
Yep.
love.
We played it.
Mhm.
Oh, that's
together.
right.
Yeah, we played it.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
nice.
right. Yeah, that I think it was the first
We
time
tried
you
to
and
play
I.
it.
I think it was the first
Yeah.
time you and I ever played together.
Yeah.
Was that the
Yeah.
first time?
Yeah,
That was rough.
It was there, or was that?
yeah,
I don't remember if it was
First
there or
hole was
you guys.
good, and then after that, it was just dog shit.
And that the first hole we teed off on the back, and like that's where like that's that blind shot to the left, and I just
Yeah.
remember I hit it and it went way left, and it was just like, oh, it's what's like it's like playing a course like you've never played before is sometimes
Oh man,
like, and especially you're playing it before and nobody's ever played it, so
right.
Yeah.
you're
So you're
thinking, like,
all
oh, where do I want to
Right.
be?
Yeah.
Is there trouble up there? Is there this? Is there that?
Yeah.
So of course I feel like you're always going to play best at the course you play at often.
Yep.
You know, knowing yardages and your mishits and stuff like that. So if
Yep.
you need to aim a little extra left here, because if you go right, you're in the shit. And
So do you have a favorite of Pheasant Run that you like to play of the 3 9s?
yeah, I like playing the north because it's the easiest.
All right, that's why I like playing the front.
Yeah,
gateway.
aesthetically, the west is the best.
Yeah,
yeah.
the West is awesome.
Finishing on 27.
Yeah,
There's not
around the
many-
houses. It's
I don't know too many more better finishing holes I've played anywhere than
yeah, that's an
27.
awesome,
My
finishing
I
hole.
know
That
I've
par
played other
5
places.
around the houses. It goes all the way around. That I always go in the water.
Oh, yeah, I love that hole. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Great finishing hole.
Yeah.
It really is. Like to think about like finishing holes, yeah. Because some are usually just straight back to the clubhouse. They're not very challenging. Not really going around anything.
Yeah.
That one. Yeah, that's a fun one. Okay. So North and what's your best 9 on North? I'm assuming your best 9
Yeah.
score. And what'd you shoot?
41.
41.
Man, that's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I had a 43 on it this year.
Nice.
Maybe a couple of them, but yeah, that's the one I
Okay.
that's the one I always go low on. So
Your league goes longer than ours.
Yeah, there's 20 weeks. Ours is 16.
That's some bullshit.
Yeah, I know.
The fuck?
yeah, our my man Mike Brannon Debo that runs it.
Yep.
He gets this a deal. So if we do 20 weeks, the course gives us a free week. So we actually play 21 weeks. So what we'll do is we'll play 2 10-week seasons within a season. So we'll do 10 weeks.
Yep.
So we do 7 weeks of team match
And
play,
then
whatever you
3
want to
weeks of
call it,
playoff.
and we keep track of points.
It's smart.
8 of 14
They've
make
been
the
doing it a while.
playoffs, and we do 3 weeks of playoffs. Then at week 11 we do a mid-season scramble. So then we
Yeah,
make-
they do like a whole
and then
thing.
because a lot of guys are playing pre-9, a lot of guys are playing post-9, so we
yeah.
just make it mandatory. If you're playing, you have to play all 18s, you have to pay for post. So because it's a free week for us, so we just have to go in and pay whatever I think our post-9 got bumped to 15 now or something like that. So
Sounds like we're playing the
Easy.
golf course for
Yeah.
and
That's
then
what
we
I'm
go
telling
out there and everyone throws in 20, $40 for
the scramble.
and then
Yeah.
I mean, but everyone, we have a WhatsApp chat for our league, and there's just everyone side betting
Yeah.
each other. $20 my team versus your team, $20,
All the time.
one tie, all tie, blah blah blah. Like
Yeah.
it's just it's my league's full of fucking wonderful degenerates.
Man,
I love
dude.
them.
Yeah. And then they do the end of the
My
season
favorite 5
scramble too.
hours of a day of a year.
Yeah. They do a mid-season scramble and end of the season scramble, like he said, 2 10-week seasons.
And every
So you have 2
every
chances to
post-9
win.
is also a scramble, and we'll just draft teams on WhatsApp.
Yeah. Every week they have a scramble at
Put
the
it-
end of
So
the
how much would you say on average you're putting in a week for betting?
him or
yeah.
other people?
For you, just like adding
Oh,
your
Just
price.
me, I'd get maybe into lotto and low net, so that's 10. And then if I gamble in and then it's always when you play posted, it's mandatory $20 a guy to gamble.
Okay.
So then 20, but
So
it's
we
one
Bob
tie,
only
all
does
tie.
10.
Yeah, 10 for us. That's
And
that's just during the round. This is like during their post round, like after their
which
round.
is like, what the fuck? That's
Yeah,
awesome.
they get a group to stay and they just do a scramble. So they'll have like, 4 between 3 and 5 teams, I would say, most weeks.
Yep.
And they'll just all play each other. You got 3 teams, the 3 teams are playing each other. And they draft like the day before,
I
or
love
2
it.
before.
I love it.
So they already know he's playing.
Yeah, and we rotate.
Just
Tight
genius.
shit
Genius.
right there.
Genius.
One week the A players will draft, so the best 4 or 5 handicaps
Yep.
draft the teams. The next week we'll do B's, so you'll do the next 5.
Oh,
So then you're
that's
having
genius.
different captains
is
every
thick.
week. You're having different
Yep.
and it's just like, yeah, there's a couple guys that run Al, Bill, Fritz. There's a few guys that run it, and they have Excel sheets. They'll put out who's in for the draft, and they'll put everyone's handicap next to it. So if you need to see it, and if you have subs, the subs got to have like verified
Established
handicap
Dude, that's
and
pretty
stuff
cool.
like that.
That's
and
cool.
whatnot. So
Yeah.
it's
You have a lot of people then who are in that?
yeah. So we have 28 in our league, and I would say we average 20 to 24 guys that actually played the post.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's good
most of them.
turnout.
Yeah.
And, dude,
Oh, that's great.
and there's
Yeah,
probably
that's a
and
good
there's
turnout.
probably like 4, 6, 8 guys that literally will play the pre-9, league 9, and the post 9.
Yeah,
And
they're just ballers.
And then take Ubers home.
Yeah, they're just ballers. Definitely heavy on the last part for sure. But you get 27 holes in for what? Like leagues $28,
Yep.
pre-9s 15, post-9 15, something like that.
Yeah.
So they're paying about $50 to get 27 holes in, maybe a little bit more.
Huh.
Yeah. At Pheasant
That's
Run
not
too.
bad
Not
at all.
Not
No,
$50.
What
You're
a
getting
deal.
27 holes
What a
in at
fucking
some bullshit.
deal.
why we haven't left.
Why are we at Gateway?
Yeah. Yeah. And you so
Like,
you're
Gateway's good.
it's-
Though.
yeah, it's
Gateway's
hard.
pretty
It's-
good though.
Gateway's good.
Ever
Yeah.
since COVID, dude, even if you want to try to start a league right now, good luck finding a good slot.
Oh yeah, I know.
Oh yeah, you gotta have
Well, they were
either
at
the
Fellows.
3 p.m. slot or like the last slot.
They were at Fellows, and they said the staff just got shit, like became shit, like started
Yeah.
like being pricks to them and whatnot, or like kind of harassing them, like pushing them to get done fast.
That's where we were at, right? Before we moved to Gateway?
No, that's where Bob and them were.
Yeah,
At.
our
They
league.
were there,
Yeah.
and then they moved to Gateway the year
Right.
that we joined.
And then where'd your first league start? Because you've been to 3 different places now?
Yeah, no, this is only 2 for me. But
Okay, so where'd you
league
start?
originally formed in at Warren Valley. So
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
So this guy Freddie Emery is a guy we went to school with. Like it was his dad, and like so Ian's buddies like when I got asked to join by Billy Stiles, like
Billy Style.
yeah, there was at that rate I would probably say I knew him about a quarter to a third of the people in there, like, and just basically dudes I went to high school with, played football with,
Right,
whatnot, and all that, and then we were at when I joined we were at Whispering Willows in Livonia.
Love
Still haven't played there.
You haven't?
I still haven't
You
played
have
there.
to. I just shot my low round there this year.
Did you really?
Did you?
What was that number?
76? 75?
74.
74.
Woo!
Holy shit.
Call someone for a 7.
And it should have been. Should have been.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Clip
Should have been like a fucking
Flip that.
70 probably. I missed
Really?
birdie putts that were like 3 feet.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah,
Were they benders?
one of them was.
Okay.
I swear every time someone tells me about their low round, they always had one like stupid myth,
It's crazy.
2.5, 3-footer,
Yeah.
or some like
They're like, I could have beat it by like 3.
crazy, some
Yeah.
Harold Shanks that goes right or whatever, something like that. Like what?
Dude,
just
my
fucking
low round
happened?
with you. I was looking at my scorecards on my fridge, so fuck you guys. But my low round ever for 9 holes, I shot with Justin. I shot a 41. I'll never forget it. It was awesome.
Right.
I was lights out for me that day. It was awesome. I put a 7 on that card on a par 4.
Wow, really?
So, say I don't put a 7 on there, I could be in the 30s.
Exactly.
Bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So you're right. Yeah. Even the low rounds, you have a hole that's like, I had my low round and I still had a blow up hole.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. So, yeah,
Like,
it's pretty wild.
I swear there was a dude in our league this year that shot a 34 or 33, and he's like, and I missed 2 3-footers or something like that. Like
That's crazy.
Like, what?
What's the low handicap in your league? Like what are we
It's like
looking
a
at?
0.8.
Wow.
Or something like
That's
that.
incredible.
We have 2 dudes that are 1s, I believe, Dash and McMaster.
Okay.
And then probably have like 3 or 4 guys, 5 guys that kind of go between 2s and 3s, and then
Gotcha.
Were they younger, older?
The kind of my age.
Okay.
I'd say.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Everyone in our league is pretty much probably within 5 years of each other.
Okay.
Something
Nice. Late 30s,
I think,
early
but
40s. Yeah.
Some
Gotcha.
cats there. Well, yeah, there might be some late 30s would be
Right.
like the youngest guys in the league.
Yep.
And then
I thought you were like 30, 31.
Close. Got a
37.
Yeah. 37. Exactly. And what's your handicap?
13.
Okay, I was about to say
12
probably.
on like the north and south.
Okay. Nice. And what's the lowest you got?
It did go down a stroke this year, and I think this is.
Yeah, you shot well, man. Your driver was on this
I think
year.
this was the lowest, unless at one point
Okay.
it got to an 11, 12, but I
Right.
think 12,
12,
13
12,
is the
12, 13.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think that's the lowest. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I had. I mean,
That's
shit.
awesome.
I want to say for league wise, the second half of the season, I want to say I probably only shot in the 50s 2 or 3 times.
Nice.
and
Fuck yeah.
everything else
All
was
right,
in the
good.
40s,
Everything else
so,
was in the
yeah.
40s. That's all you can
It's
ask.
just like and it just doesn't matter. I will have every single round where I put 2 balls out of play. It's just it does not matter. Like it is 2 balls.
Yep.
Like,
I'll have to remember that one.
even if I
with
go
you.
out of play and I find the ball, like, but I still put 2 out of play.
Yeah.
Where I have to take a penalty strike.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
It's like
Like you said, even if
it's
you
just-
find it, yeah. So you played pretty hot today, or not today, but this year. Your driver came around. What'd you do different? What was happening there?
Man, I
Because the
probably
driver was so fucking good this year.
in my head I probably did 20 different things through.
Okay.
I think without standing up, but I think a lot of it was trying to get my my shoulders a little bit like
Okay,
my
like
left shoulder
lean
higher,
up?
my
Yeah.
right shoulder
Right. Have a
lower to
higher.
get the launch
Yep.
on it.
Yep.
I was trying to make sure I closed my
Your grip.
trail hand, yeah,
Okay.
and that kind of worked.
Nice.
Stance, like I was trying to I felt like for a while I was noticing if I center the ball on my thing before I take the takeaway, I tend to hit it right.
Okay.
So I was watching some guys in my league paying attention to and I noticed quite a few guys like literally lining the ball up on the toe of the club. And
He lines it up kind of midway to toe-ish.
Yeah.
like so
I
not
think
that
it plays that draw. I
not
think it
that
helps
center
that draw.
going a little right
Yeah.
and doing that helped.
Yeah, I
And
think it helps with the draw. I really do.
My biggest problem is alignment. When I find myself missing, I always go straight to alignment.
yeah.
Where my
straight to
feet,
alignment,
my feet
yeah.
are usually either too closed, and I'm overturning it,
Right.
or I'm just way too open.
Right.
And it's usually my line. Like as soon as I fix that, then it usually gets better.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's well,
Alignment.
you don't have too many of those, so
Just
we're always
telling
working on it. But I don't think I've seen you. Although I feel like every time we golf, you're like, I don't know why I always golf bad with you, and I'm like, well, if this is your bad golf,
Dude,
then
I'll shoot an 83 and be like, oh man, I didn't play too hot today. And I'm like,
Right.
yeah, okay. 83.
yeah, no,
Because I hate when I don't break 80.
Yeah. No, I feel it. You're at that point.
that's the beauty of the sport, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, like they say, this is the sport that you can practice as much as you want,
Yeah.
and you'll never be as good as you want.
Yeah,
It
no,
does not. Tiger Woods says it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Tiger Woods.
Great little
That was
transition
perfect.
there.
Do you think he's gonna come back and win another major at all or anything?
Or a tournament. Either one.
I could see.
Well, I think he would only play the
He's
major.
only going to play
Oh,
in majors
yeah.
and
Yeah,
maybe
you're
like
right,
player and some of those sanctions.
father son.
Right. PNC.
Yeah,
If he wins that, does that count as his 82nd win? Because that would be so fun.
Because he can take a cart in that, so that's why.
Oh yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't see it happening. I wish it would.
Yeah.
But he's not getting out and playing the other events to get like used to the
Right.
wear and tear
To
and the
all of it,
stamina
yeah.
and stuff like that. So I think he comes out and he plays well.
Right.
But to have what it takes to play, and I'm saying this about the greatest golfer.
I know. I'm glad you're prefacing that.
Yeah, and I'm not stupid, people.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid.
Yeah, Tiger can't do it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Put on the spot. That's what I would say. There's
Yeah.
so many good young. I think the PGA is the best it's ever been. Minus losing a couple studs to Liv didn't help
Right.
the
Cam
PGA.
Smith.
I'm not a Liv hater. I'm whatever.
Yeah.
I'm fine. But
Yeah.
but at I guess if he's playing in majors, then you still got the Liv competition,
Right,
majors and stuff like that. So I just unfortunately don't see him doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see him doing it either. For a little while there, I felt like he was really rushing back. Like he'd play and then he'd withdraw like halfway through a major, and then they'd be like, "He's playing the next major," and I'm like, "Why would he do that? Like, take some time off, dude."
You see him just caddy for Charlie
Yeah,
at the
I
Note of the
did.
Gay
And he was
Invitational.
he wasn't walking as nice as I would hope he would. I mean, it wasn't that
dude,
bad.
he wasn't bad though.
It wasn't that bad. It's a little bit of
But
a
he
hitch,
did.
but maybe you're gonna have that.
He did
He's had
state
surgeries.
though.
I got it.
He did state though he was sore the day after for sure. He was feeling it.
Of course.
And it was like 3 days, I
And
think.
he got the bag on his back,
Oh, he
right?
carried it. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So that's of course,
Dude, I think he's just trying to see, right? I think he's just testing his body right now. I think he's putting it through the fucking ringer.
Yeah.
Well, if you
I
can
think
do it
he's
with
just
a bag
trying
on
to
your
like
back,
tough it in.
you can do it without a bag on your back.
Bro, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
So
if he keeps doing that and he doesn't play well again, he can just become dope.
Still went through
Kemp with a limp.
Yeah.
So
with Navy SEAL training. Come on.
Oh yeah,
I forgot
Train
about
with the
that.
SEALs.
Yeah, yeah. What a fucking savage. God, that's awesome.
That's why
That
he's
guy's
still
such a
walking right now.
superhero, dude. Oh, I'm telling
And you know what ruined Tiger Woods' golf game?
you.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah. So you said you grew up, you were watching golf a little bit. Your uncles had it on, your dad had it on. Who were you rooting for?
So my first favorite player was Freddie Couples. Like that.
Freddie.
Yeah,
No
I
glaze
think I
for
would say it
me.
was around 91, 92. I forget what. It might have been the Masters because I think maybe I was at my grandparents for Easter and
Okay,
that's what I was
right.
watching
I'm
or
watching that.
something.
Yeah.
But he was the first, like, but it's not me falling in love with him. I'm hearing my uncles. I'm hearing my
Of
dad. I'm
course.
hearing
Yeah,
other
you're
people
getting
talk about him.
influenced a little
And it's
bit.
Freddie Couples. It's a name that just rolls off your tongue.
Of course. It's such a cool name.
And
Smooth
I didn't
swing.
even know his name
Yeah.
was nickname was Boom Boom forever. Like,
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah, because Guy Freddie that the league I joined that he ran, like he called himself Boom Boom because Couples was
Right.
his favorite player. So
Yep.
like remember we have those pogs for our
Yep.
closest two, so his
It said Boom Boom.
on it. Yeah.
Nice.
So
So you're a Freddie
yeah, so
Couples
Freddie
fan.
Couples, and then but then I wasn't with that family after a while, so I wasn't watching golf or wasn't like on and stuff like that, so I didn't really follow it as much. And then next thing you know, Tiger's blowing up and stuff like that. So, but I would
buddy,
say
Tiger Woods.
So, but back so I guess back then of course you'd be like Tiger and Phil and
Of course.
those guys like just only knowing it goes back in I would say late 90s, early 2000s. I wasn't really watching golf. I wasn't paying attention.
No.
When did it take over? When did golf take over in your life? When did you like? Okay,
soon as I joined the league, like
Okay.
soon as I, so when I was approached to play, I was talking about golf, and Billy was like, "Well, dude, just fucking join our league." And I'm like, "Dude, I suck. I don't want to go out there and hold people up. I don't want to embarrass."
Of course.
And he's like, "Dude, I was in the same boat you were before I joined the league." He goes,
Mhm.
"Because the only reason he goes I got decent was because now I'm guaranteed to play every week for 20 weeks.
Right.
Right.
You'll
You'll get
you're not
better.
spending any
Right.
time. You're not making any effort. Someone runs it for you.
Yeah.
You just show up and have a good time.
Yeah.
I love the guys that run it.
Of course.
But but like soon as I started playing, and you like literally like Kevin Costner says in Tin Cup, it just
Yeah.
takes one good hit to get set off that tuning fork in your loins.
Yep.
And you're like, because of course, like they say, you could golf 17 shit holes and you
Yeah.
birdie 18. You're like, when are we playing again?
Yep.
It's
Literally.
like,
When we playing again?
oh,
Just
yeah. So as soon
fit
as I
for
started
17
playing,
holes.
I started watching golf because I figured, like Tom Cruise said in Days of Thunder, he got his stock car racing from watching ESPN. The coverage is excellent. So you watch golf. I love.
Of course.
I'll watch European tours Saturday and
I do
Sunday
too.
mornings.
I do too.
I don't give a shit.
Yep,
I'll watch
I
them.
do
They're
too.
good.
Yeah.
They're fucking.
Yep.
It's like
Golf is
It's different
That's the
golf
best
to
part.
watch too because that's a different style. They have to
Yeah.
play
Right.
different.
They
That's
have
that's a
style
links
courses,
style
like-
course. Yeah, of course. So you're watching them hit bump and runs in the greens and fucking these little crazy shots, man. It's low stingers a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you just see a lot of that tall heather, along the roughs and whatnot.
Yep.
More blind shots, I would say too, here and there because of the hills and dips. But dude, we have to. I want to go back to how we were talking about Tiger Woods. We got to talk about your bag, your golf bag.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. Yeah. Break that
Explain to
down
us
for us.
your Tiger Woods golf
I
bag.
wish we had it here for you guys.
I know.
Yeah.
I wish
Just Google it. Yeah, what is it? 1997 Buick bag,
Open,
probably.
something.
Buick
late
open bag.
90s.
Just Google that shit. That's what he's got, and he'll tell you.
to pick.
Yeah, we'll put it on the
see
Twitter.
if we can
We'll
put it up.
Twitter.
We but yeah, I go over. I'm helping my brother do some drywall at his place, and we go. He takes me down in his basement. I think we were grabbing a beer out of the fridge or whatnot, and he's got like kind of like a kind of like Michigan style basement with cement everywhere. And I go down there and I'm like looking around, and he's an antique collector and stuff like that. So I'm looking at stuff he's got down there. I look over and I see this Tiger Woods bag, and I'm like, where in the hell did you get that? He goes, well, I went out to buy. I forget the hell he's buying. And I was asking the guy about it, and if I'm not mistaken, he said that my nephew loaded it because he thought they bought it. And my brother, when they got home, my brother's like, "Why do we have this?" And my nephew was like, "I thought we bought it." And my brother's like, "The guy never called. He never whatever."
That is
Like,
insane.
so as I asked my brother about it, like, I was down there one day. I don't think I was working at the time or whatever I was doing to help him do the drywall. So I was down there like 2 or 3 days in a row. So by like the third day, he's like, because he's like, I'll pay you or whatever. And I'm like, don't worry about it. Pay me minimal, or if it not at all. But and he's like, well, hey, he goes, you want that bag? And I'm like, you don't want that bag? I'm like, no, dude, it's your bag, And he's like, well, you play in a league all the time. You do this. You golf more often. He's like, wouldn't the
No
guys in your
way.
league get a kick out of that? Wouldn't your friends get a kick out of that? I was like, well, yeah, I think anyone would.
Absolutely.
And I was like, he's like, just take it. And I'm like, and dude, I had this nasty fucking Callaway walk like one of those
Yeah.
backpack walking.
Yeah, you went from
0 to 100 real quick.
that bag picked out of the garbage can to a fucking
Rags to riches.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods signed Buick 1990. What was it? Six?
Yeah,
6 or
6, 7.
Seven.
Prime year. Like,
Fucking legit
beginning.
PGA bag. I mean,
dude, it's sexy.
this
as
is
fuck.
just. I mean,
Yeah,
I would say that's a win right there. That gets me into golf.
Oh, yeah.
You give
So
me
what
that
year
Tiger
was that?
Woods bag?
I got that bag and shit, probably like somewhere between 2015 and 2017.
Oh, so it's kind of recent.
Yeah.
Okay, within the past
Earlier,
6, 7
but I
years.
smoke a lot of
Right. Yeah, we all do here.
And then-
Except for October.
I
get a lot of compliments on that bag. Like,
Yeah.
just like, being at random outings or backups on the course.
Yeah.
Like, I believe even when we played Gateway, not
Oh, nice.
when we just
Yep,
played,
when we just played.
the guy that was chilling out in his car, he was like,
Nice.
bag.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, but my brother's always like, you got to tell someone you beat Tiger Woods to get the bag. I'm like, that's the biggest lie you could ever fucking.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, who's your favorite golfers now? Like current era? Do you have favorites?
I'm a Rory fan.
Okay.
Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth, Fowler.
Okay.
He's not on the player board anymore.
Yeah, Rory's.
Rory
I heard.
McIlroy.
I heard he say that. I heard he
That's
said
right.
that
He stepped down.
he said he's just too busy. He doesn't have time. He's like, I wish I had more time to do everything I wanted, but he's like, but it's not something I need to be doing right now.
Just didn't want to be involved with the bullshit.
Great
It's the worst
reasoning.
time
Yeah,
right now.
great
I don't
reasoning.
have to deal with that.
Yeah.
For
Oh, did time all of
You
a sudden
can just
shrink?
say, you can just say all of a sudden you got way more. Well, how did he get more busy than what he was just doing last year or 2 years
I
ago?
think because the Tiger Rory game show thing is starting soon or whatever.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
That could be
It's
it.
one day a week.
I know. Trust me.
No,
I still think it's an
think
excuse
they
for sure.
wore his ass out.
Oh, yeah.
Questions.
Oh, yeah.
I do too.
Single fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I do too. Because it's like
especially with the majors and the playoffs and all that stuff. Like it's
absolutely. I
and
agree.
Yeah,
they're
the
just
missed
trying.
cut at the Masters or whatever it was. That was
I mean, you gotta have a clear head.
demoralizing.
Yeah.
If he's dealing with bullshit and your game's reflecting for it, like
Yeah. Then there's no hiding from
you gotta
that.
cut. You gotta get rid of the baggage, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
It
sure.
was too much. It was too much.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
surprised
crazy.
more fucking players don't actually just step down. And
Yeah.
resign.
It's probably
Well,
especially with the merger. Like I swear, I just got a push notification the other day. I think it was like a day or two ago, and it said something about like Jay Monahan says players who stayed get equity in PGA Tour or something like that. And I'm like, what does that mean? Like these guys are probably so pissed they didn't go take that bag that Harold Varner got and Abraham Ancer got and DeChambeau got and Brooks
Yeah.
Koepka got.
and now they're saying they
And now,
compensate.
yeah, they're like compensated. What does that even mean?
Well,
Bro, that's millions they missed out on.
and
Some of those people.
That
Yeah.
was the point that the guys. I mean, everyone thought they were disrespecting the league, and everyone thought they were traitors and this and that.
Yeah.
No, they did what they needed to do to get the PGA to open their eyes to be like, "Yo, we should be making a lot more dough than we're making." Like
The Saudis want to pay us
Bro.
and team with us
Yeah.
and have $40 million purses. Let's go ahead and do
Heck,
that.
sweet.
Kill the people you're going to kill because you're going to kill them anyways.
Yeah, that's
Whether we're golfing together or
money.
not,
Then
let's just get that money.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. It's
there's
crazy.
no such thing as
It's-
money.
Dude, yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you. So I'm shocked that they didn't end up like merging with him even sooner, but we'll see. We'll
It's
see what
a
happens.
business thing. I feel like
Did you
it's
see
a
the
business.
Netflix
That's like
documentary?
About live
No, about
The golf.
the golf one that came out last year.
Full Swing?
Full Swing.
Yeah.
I watched.
Did you
the
like
first
it?
season. Yeah,
It was good.
Mhm.
Was there any players that you didn't know much about that you learned about? Did you already know about Joel Damon and
Well,
Sahith Theegala and Homa and those guys?
Theegala. Yeah, I learned. So Damon, I actually kind of knew more just from following him with the Foreplay podcast.
Yeah.
Barstool.
Yep,
Like he's
Yeah.
he's a reoccurring guest there.
Yeah, him
they
and
did
Kiss,
that.
right?
They did that 4-man scramble against him where he's all banged up, like in his course. at his
Bro,
home
he didn't
course
even
in
like
Arizona.
try.
Yeah,
he didn't even put on his shoes. He didn't no golf shoes on. No.
Yeah, he usually does.
Out there with the boys.
The best.
Whatever.
Why I started loving him watching that, and then dude, so he's legit. So he shows up and they're just like, and he's got drinks in his hand, and they're like, "You're not going to the range?" He's like, "Nope, didn't have time." And they're like, "Oh, you got time to get drinks?" He's like, "Oh, I got to get back into it." He goes, "I got really banged up last night." He goes, "I don't think I'm going to play well today." Like he's just sitting there, like, yeah, I mean, he's not taking it serious. You
Of
know what I mean?
course, of course.
But they're playing at his home course. It's somewhere not. He's not even in Scottsdale. Like that's how like Damon. He lives in like Mesa, or he lives in like.
He's so funny. He's
know
just
what I
out
mean?
there.
Like,
He's just out there.
Spot. He's
Yeah, no.
he's the average Joe, dude.
Yeah.
Just like so legit. They're on the back nine. I think it was hole 13. Where he's like, "Oh, I got us a little treat coming up here," and they go up and they hit their tee shots, and now they're
Oh yeah, didn't he like know someone out there?
yeah. So he's got a guy that lives on one of the holes that has he'll make like pre-mixed. I forget, was it margaritas, drinks, or was it like a shot?
I think it was
or like a short drink
margaritas
that they could. Yeah. So like so he goes
A little short one that you can
Yeah,
grab
it was
and
like a
fucking
small- it
real
was like
quick.
a smaller cup.
Yeah, so this guy is on his back deck twisting one up, you know, and ready.
Yeah.
All the whole crew goes up, they all do drinks, they say hi, and
Yeah.
they leave and continue their round. And I was like, dude, I love this guy. I was like,
Oh yeah, he's a cool dude.
he's like a guy in your league or some shit.
Right?
Like that,
Yeah,
you know what
literally.
I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a
Like,
homie
not
for
out
sure.
there.
Yeah, he's a homie. Joel Damon is a cool dude, man. He
Harry
really is.
Hayes,
Harry Hayes is great. Keith
Mitchell.
Mitchell, love that guy.
Yeah, he's
So
cool.
cool. Such a cool guy.
Yeah,
I
for
love
some of the
those
guys. Sorry, some of the guys that don't get a lot of love. I like Mackenzie Hughes and JT Poston and
Yeah.
JT Post.
some of those like Poston. They're playing St. Simon Island right now, Sea Island, and he's a resident there. So I figured he should be playing, play well, or at least compete.
And you went and saw the pros play live, right?
Yeah, I went to the inaugural Rocket Mortgage on Sunday.
Nice.
Didn't stay for the finish.
That's all right.
Yeah, no, Lashley was killing it. There was
there was no one else.
Dude, traffic.
Lashley.
I'm an old man, dude. I just can't handle traffic. Like unless it's going to be a nail biter finish.
Right, of course,
like,
of course.
Like it was pluses, dude. You know, and I just I got a heavy hand when I get out there. So it's like
get out there in the sunlight. You fucking start sipping
it's
back.
$15 every half hour I'm spending on beers right now.
Yeah,
I'll just leave.
Dude, we said the same thing at the Dell match play, dude. It was like $18 for a drink, and then they asked you to tip every single time. They'd flip the iPad, and it would be set at 22%. It'd be like $23 preset.
Yeah,
preset,
and you couldn't do. No, you had to give
was
a
so
tip.
small.
I was like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah,
after I did it twice, I was like, well, I was like, dude, you son of a bitch. I was like, you didn't even give me the option. I was like,
so
fuck you,
dude. Brian turned around so fast and was like, we really got to tip every time. Fucking, we got to get a drink. And I was like, bro, yeah, I know.
Like, dude, if I'll be here 5 more times, can I just tip you at the end?
Well, or I just tip them the first 1 or 2, and then the third one, you're like, dude, I'm not tipping, and again, like,
I just go.
You turned around
myself.
You turned back around.
Yeah.
And I can't turn around and pour my own beer. I'll do it. I'm not shy.
Eventually, they started running out of beer. So
beers are a little expensive there too, then, huh?
Yeah, they were. I mean, but I think they weren't terrible.
Okay,
I would say I was paying like $9 or something the first year I went. Not too bad. But if you're there for 4 or 5 hours, and
those $9 beers start going out quick. If the sun's out,
then But that was. I did enjoy walking around Detroit Golf Club. Got to see Fowler, got to see Kisner, got to see some guys. What was it? I sat on 11. It's a par 3. It's like a 200.
I know that hole.
206 or something.
Is that the one with the
it's not a very exciting hole. It's not a very there's like bunker front right, garden it back. Yeah, it's like a kind of a longer green that goes back left.
I think someone got a hole in one there this past year. I think on that hole.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't remember who.
But from like it's nice in the camera view, and where we're set up, you see all those like big houses.
Oh yeah, right there.
And so, and plus, but I mean, I was able to walk up to the ropes, like base pin high. And I was like, well, but it was a tough pin. It was Sunday, so it was right in the front right where that.
Of course, where the bunker is.
I want to say the closest to that day was 32 feet or something like that. Like
that's what you want.
Is that part of the 313 zone? I think they had
no. That's 14, 15.
Yeah, that is 14,
15. Or 15, 16, 17. One of those two combinations.
I love the par 5, the second par 5 there.
Yeah,
after the par 3. I love it because when they go for that and you see them hit over the water, it's like, oh shit, he's gonna make it, and then you're like, oh, he's making it, no problem. Like
Yeah.
after you see them hit, it's like, all right.
Dude, that's how I felt.
I question it for about
Very gettable.
like 2 seconds, and then I see it in the air, and I'm like, well, let's making it over.
That's how I felt at the Dell match play on the drivable par 4.
Yeah.
I think it's 12 or whatever at Austin Country Club. We were sitting right there on that weird hill where fucking our legs were hurting.
Yeah, I fucking
But
hated
you
it.
watch them drive.
That hole is cool.
Driving it straight into the fucking stands right behind
that
it.
hole,
Back free drops.
that was such a cool hole to watch.
Great hole to watch.
So
You're right over the water. You got the rocks right in front of you.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Dude, all
Gorgeous.
the
Travis
boats in the
there.
back.
Yeah, you can see all those right there sitting.
Awesome.
Love that course.
But yeah,
That's right. You guys went there too. You guys have seen, man.
Yeah,
Jelly.
that was
Dude,
you
every
guys
year
have been to a lot of spots.
Yeah, we've been going ahead.
One of these years, I'll pony up and join.
I think we're gonna end up doing maybe Muirfield Village next year, which is only a drive.
That's drive.
yeah, that's
a drive.
which is yeah.
That would be very.
And go up to the Canadian Open weekend.
We talked about that
Yep.
too. We talked about
Because we want to hit all, like a lot of them for sure, and the ones that stay close,
Yeah,
like
those
we
are
could
easy.
knock those out.
Yeah, those are easy. So we'll definitely let you know, and we'll be doing that for sure. I can't wait. We got
a good group, man. Like
the
12.
Village.
Think about if we get like 12 people to go, dude. 15 people, bro, and we're just a mob walking through there saying, let's go.
Get the match of unis and everything like that. Be up there and like.
Oh man, that'll be a good time.
We'll be decked out in 3 pars with Birdie, and we'll have to get like pin high golf league on one shoulder. And the guys' golf league number on
one time.
So, what's a course that like a dream course you want to play? Obviously, you can say Augusta. Number one probably.
Shit. Yeah. Well, fuck. I guess everyone's answered probably Pebble Beach, but I'm like torn between like maybe playing like Bandon Dunes or playing like one of those like courses on the
right
coast
on the
with,
Pacific
like,
coast or
I mean any coast you're just staring out at water, stuff like that. Like what's that one up in
have you played Arcadia?
Canada? What's that one?
Torrey Pines would be cool to play.
Yeah, I think I would like Torrey Pines.
Yep, that's right on the water there.
What was your question? You forgot. I already.
Which one's right on the water? You were talking about.
No, I've never
played Arcadia.
That's right on the water. Yeah. That's weed.
Yeah. Well, I kind of cut you off too.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
I made sure I beat you to the. No, I was like, I'm asking my question first.
I'm definitely gonna start a bucket list of up north courses. Like the Dream.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't. I haven't played shit, dude.
Forest Dunes.
Forest Dunes. Yeah, we got to get there. Yeah.
You son of a gun.
Literally, like I
Ireland
went up and played with my dad and my uncle in Gaylord. We played Ostigo Club or something.
I've heard
like
that before.
That was the first up north course I played, and then me, my dad, and my uncle played Dumaglass. We went up there.
Nice.
I think it was like summer 2011, like Memorial Day weekend.
We could get a Lakewood Shores in. That comes out every year.
Yeah. They always have good deals.
Get two courses.
Don't play the par 3.
Oh well, yeah, we know that. We know that.
And, there's one that when I drive up to Taos, there's one called Huron Breeze just south of Taos. I don't even know if it's in a different technically a different city, but Huron Breeze, you can see Huron, Lake Huron stuff.
Oh,
like that.
nice. All right.
So, talking about our coastal courses, even
and seeing on the water
and stuff like that. Like,
we don't have too many courses on water around here. I mean, you got Eagle Crest on like the, what is that, Ford Lake or whatever.
Yeah.
And then what else do we have
here?
around? Yeah, like around here. I think that's about it. Kensington, but you're not on the water.
Mystic Creek.
Mystic Creek. Yeah. Okay. So you got a couple.
Bay Point has
on some water. Yeah, we were meaning to play that.
You haven't played it?
No, and I drove past it like 3 times this year on the way to those concerts. We passed it both times.
Yeah, that's
to go see. Yeah.
Eagle Eye. I want to play Eagle Eye, man.
Yeah, out in Grand Blanc.
Yeah,
Grand Ledge.
Replica
of that's the one up by. That's where that's the one up by Lansing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good time. All right, nice. What else we got for you?
One more for me over there.
Okay.
What motivates you the most when you wake up in the morning?
That's a hell of a question.
Yeah.
Throw something different that wasn't golf in there.
Probably wake up and be happy that you're waking up and that you're alive every day.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it.
I don't know. I'm literally a simple man. I mean, I get up, I do my routine, I go to work.
Yeah.
I got my 2 kids, my 2 daughters,
Yeah.
like basically making sure that, I'm good parent, good father, do
Mhm.
what's best to basically, because when you have kids, they basically become your life. So
Of
I mean,
course.
like there's no more looking out. I mean, obviously you look out for yourself, but like
Yeah.
you're no longer your focal point. You know what I mean? So, but motivate me. I'd get up sometimes. I get up, look in the mirror, like you need to work out more, you fucking fat ass. Or,
Well, you've been.
like
I was
you
just
gotta-
gonna mention that you
right,
lost some
but
weight. How much
again,
did
that's
you end up
another
losing?
thing. I over. I think at one point I was down 50, but I
50
think,
Wow.
pounds.
but I'm
Wow.
probably up
Pounds.
10, 15 from my
Ah,
lowest
it's
point
the
this last
winter.
summer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
it's the
still.
winter. That's
Right,
where.
yeah,
That's what
holidays.
happens. Every
Holiday
we talk about.
season.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
But good 50,
Dude,
dude.
that's
That's
awesome.
fucking.
yeah. So, but that's why I joined that other gym again to make
Yep.
sure I'm going to classes and
Yep.
getting,
Yep.
you're
I
held
wanna-
accountable and
I
like
want to
it's
have
just-
kids one day, man.
Yeah.
Everybody says it's so much fun too. Like,
Yeah.
like it can be tough, obviously, at times, but
Right. It's
it's
very
like
rewarding.
a blessing, and it's
Yeah.
just like so much fun to be like a dad or a parent to a kid.
no better feeling.
Yeah,
There's no better feeling.
Yeah. I
everyone
bet.
talks about it. I'm like, man,
I
one
dropped my
day-
little
one
brother
day, I
off at
think.
school this morning, and I came into work and I told our coworkers, Deanna and Nicole, I was like, first thing I told them, as soon as I said good morning, I was like, man, I want a kid. I was like, I just dropped my little brother off,
Yeah.
and we were just talking on the way there about school and
Yeah.
how's math class going, and he's learning slope and all these different things. And I learned that they can't have backpacks in school because of that Oxford shooting. Like they have to put their backpacks in
That's weird.
They have to put their backpacks in lockers, and they can carry like a miniature backpack type thing, like a drawstring bag.
No, they should just be in homeroom,
Yeah.
though, right? Like
I don't know, but he told me they can't
I didn't
carry
even
backpacks. But either way,
realize that.
I was just very happy to be taking him to school, getting in the line, the parents' line, and dropping him
Yeah.
off, and just seeing him walk away, and then the cute girl fucking walk in at the same time, and I'm thinking to
Right.
myself like, oh man, I hope he says hi to her, or just all sorts of things. It was so fun to drop him off and then head to work. It was like a little window of like, oh, this is how life could be if I had
Right.
my own child, like
How old
dropping
is
him off.
Travis?
Travis is in 8th grade. Yep.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's in 8th grade now. So dropping him off and seeing all those kids walk in there and everything, it was cool. I was like, man, I hope I get to do this one day. I really do.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck if I have to take them to school myself. Like I know a lot of parents growing up and now I've heard like bitching, man, I gotta take my kid to school. I wish they could ride the bus or blah 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 or we live closer. But dude, those
it's
are
a great
awesome
feeling to just go
times,
there.
man.
Well, and that's why I asked how old
Sometimes.
Travis was, because it's like funny too. Like as these kids get older, it's like they say you blink, and you just, oh, I
Mhm.
can't wait till they get older. Oh, it'll be so much easier. It's like no, you got to cherish the moments. You got to
Mhm.
cherish.
Of course.
But like to actually sit back and watch them progress and get older and stuff like that. Because with my girls being like 7.5 and almost 10, like I can just tell their personality growing, like literally week
the
by
whole
week.
time.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, damn, I'm having
Right.
this conversation with you now. I couldn't have had this conversation with you like a month ago.
Right. That's what's cool too.
Like all the little things and stuff like that. And then like, obviously when they're loving you back and happy and smiling, like there's, can't be a better feeling than,
Of course.
Daddy, I love you. Like,
Yeah. It's like getting a
better
birdie.
feeling. Yeah. It's like,
when they're able to make full conversations back to you.
I think that's probably
pretty
like
cool.
such a.
But then it's nerve wracking because it's like, oh shit, you're not gonna out debate me.
Yeah.
You're not
Yeah.
gonna out debate
no.
me.
Yeah.
I will not let this happen.
my oldest already does, dude.
Yeah. No, I bet.
I give
yeah.
up.
Ella's great. Tegan is as well, man. Great kids. Great kids.
Yeah. They're both headstrong. That's
Nice.
for sure. So
I used to always try to be a smart ass to my mom, like
Yeah.
give her the like
Just give her the business.
yeah, and then like yeah, just try to like outdo her, like in a
You're
like
so
argument
funny.
or something. And like no,
You're
like,
so funny.
I'm getting the last word, like I'm not letting you win
Kids,
this
man.
battle.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
doing that to my parents and fucking acting a fool, man. I remember like lying to them thinking I was getting away with something.
Right. Yeah.
No way. No way.
And as you get older, you're just like, yeah, but why would anyone believe
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
That's why I tell
no
my
way.
kids all the time, like, just don't lie to me.
Yeah, just tell the truth. Seriously, tell the truth.
See right through it.
Fine. Yeah. So you like all sports. We like baseball, hockey, football, a little bit of basketball,
Go blue.
even starting to follow soccer a little bit because you watch Ted Lasso.
Right. Well,
So just follow the sports maybe or the scores.
I just
every
be
now
like
and then.
Rain Man. I just know teams. Like I
Of
just like,
course,
oh
of
yeah, I heard
course.
this name. I heard this name.
What's your favorite of all of it?
So I have
Or it could be favorites.
I have
Favorites.
I have a hard time choosing between football and hockey. Like just
Okay.
Yeah, like hockey. So like hockey's the best sport to watch live.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like,
So awesome.
and hockey is the sport I always wish I played when I was younger.
Of course, me too.
My dad,
And he
was like,
played cocksucker.
can't afford the
Yeah,
equipment,
it's
can't afford
expensive.
the ice bill. My dad
Yeah.
couldn't take me
Yeah.
to practices and games and
Yeah.
yada yada yada. So it was like, so that was one thing. I played a lot of ball hockey growing up.
Of course,
and
yeah.
floor hockey in different schools, and like I always felt like I was good. Just
Yep.
never got a chance to
Never got a chance to showcase the skills.
go out there and then so I played football when I was younger because my cousin Ryan, like he started playing and he's who I looked up to. So
Yep.
I wanted, he played for the Steelers. I wanted to play for the Steelers.
Of course, Plymouth Steelers. Yeah.
And then, that first time you play that, I mean, I played soccer when I was a kid. That doesn't count. But, when you first join those teams and you like have that
Yeah.
team camaraderie and because, even Little League, dude, we were practicing 5 days a week.
Yep.
Like,
yeah.
so,
On
like,
the comments, I was practicing every day. Yeah. With
that's
Wake
right.
and
Your comments,
everybody. Yeah.
So
Rival over here.
just
we used to play him.
Yeah, so just playing.
Was he?
So just
Plymouth
playing.
Steelers. Yeah, we used to play them.
Yeah, we beat the Comets.
Yeah, of course.
But we're like 20 years. We're 20 years apart, so there can't be any shit talk about it. So.
No.
Yeah, no, we were a good team. We got our asses kicked by Ypsilanti.
Yep.
But,
Rail Splitters. Yeah, I
no,
remember all those teams.
No, Belleville, one of the two.
There you go.
We pretty much we had a good team, but we got our ass kicked by them.
So you're equally a hockey and football fan. Is there a favorite team that you like to follow? Like, who's your number one team? All the other teams can drop and go away, or players can drop and go away, but this team is who I follow the most.
Michigan football.
Michigan football. Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been a fan?
My whole life, but so my uncles had season tickets, and so like when my dad would get together with his brothers every Saturday, if they weren't at the games, if it was away games, we were always at somebody's house watching the game.
The games.
And they're always yelling and cussing at the TV and cussing at the players. And my cousin Ryan and I are sitting we literally had to put like a blanket over us so they can't see us laughing at them swearing and stuff like that. And that's my first memory of football or sports. And then my uncles took me to a game in '89. I remember we played Maryland and Desmond Howard. We were like sitting right behind the goalpost, and Desmond Howard ran a nice fucking poster out and caught this touchdown we were like row 39 or something like that.
Yep.
But caught it like right in front of the goal line, perfect pass catch, and I was just like, oh, that's my dog. Like,
right.
It's my first game.
Yep.
I'm sitting in the end zone, first quarter, they score that touchdown right there, and I did that. That's when I fell in love. Like,
all right, nice.
And then having access to those season tickets, I mean, I went to a game a year, I think up until about 02. From like '89 to '02, I probably went close to a game a year. I know early '90s, maybe not, but
okay.
But yeah,
do you have a favorite player who's ever played on Michigan?
Dude, no, go ahead.
No, that was all for me.
For Michigan,
yeah. Do you have a favorite all-time player? And don't say Tom Brady. He wasn't that good at
right?
Michigan.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no, it's
Taylor Lewan.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
It's a toss up between Woodson and Howard. I mean,
okay,
like
yeah.
So someone not those two, I guess I would say, probably Wheatley,
Mike Hart,
Wheatley,
Mike
nice.
Hart, Denard Robinson,
Hart, yeah. I was a Henny fan.
What were you gonna say, Nick?
Oh, it's probably cool. Like since you went to the games earlier, like at like 1980 and stuff, 1990, right? You were saying
1989 was that first
2000,
89, 90 or something.
So you got to see like the Michigan Stadium kind of progress, like get bigger and bigger, like the suite and the
they
lights,
added quite a bit.
The scoreboards and all that. So that's pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, to think for a while, they had to like wheel these lights in and bring them out, and that was always for the October, November games,
of course,
stuff
yeah.
like that. It was just like, because you'd be there and be like, it's gonna get dark.
yeah, and you got to wait for those ones to fucking heat up and get light. So it's like 15, 20 minutes. It seems like,
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, but yes, definitely the way even the outside like concourse and all that stuff they did, like putting that brick around there.
Yep.
I mean, it is completely, and then it's funny. So we're on the topic. I think like I went to the Penn State game last fall, and that was my first game since like I want to say Devin Funchess was there. So it had
Holy
probably,
shit.
probably
Okay.
been like
That's like
7
2014.
years,
Yeah.
15,
Yeah,
something
15.
in there.
Because that's
So,
when
like,
I first moved home. He was
yeah.
playing there. Yeah.
And so yeah, my buddy Mike lives down in Florida. He went to Pioneer, so like he's like the biggest Michigan fan I know, and so he usually comes up for a game a year. And he was supposed to go with my friends Brian and Karen, and he was up with his girlfriend, and they both got COVID that week. So he calls me. He's like,
shit.
"Dude, I got the tickets, I got parking, I got everything." He goes, "I just need to be picked up from the airport. That's all I ask." And I was like, "Cool." So I went and picked him and his girl up, and we went. And he had parking passes at Chrysler Arena. We're like.
Oh, that's awesome,
Yeah,
bro.
literally
You're
next door.
Less
walking
than
right
100
next
yards of
door.
walking into
Yeah.
the thing. But no, did we hang out there? No, we had to walk over to the golf course to meet up with some people he went to school with and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Across the street.
And
Yeah.
it, from being 7, 8 years out, like walking on that course and just the smell you get from everyone cooking, the smell you get in the air,
Yeah.
like you can, like football season, like if you guys played, like it has a smell.
Yeah.
When
Oh,
fall
yeah.
turn, when
Yeah.
it starts
Yeah.
to turn and you're out there in football and it starts to get
Yeah.
a little chilly out,
Yeah.
it starts to get it's
The
getting
air's a
dark
little more
over
crisp.
there. Yeah.
Yep.
But there's a smell to it. So like that smell when I walked on the golf course, I was like, fuck. And then we get over to our tailgate, and a couple guys I knew from Eastern, so hanging out with them, and they had everything out there.
Yeah.
Just being around.
Yeah.
There was a fucking DJ at the top of the hill on the golf course. Like I'm sitting there, dude. There's people that got literally bars, portable bars that are out like in their little 4 or 5 people
Yep. Of
car
course.
tailgate, and you're sitting over there just
Blazing it
bras
up.
over
Yeah,
there.
yeah. That's
Just
great.
good looking bras over here. They're having fun tailgating. And I'm like, I'm like, I literally was like, whose speaker is that? Because it's loud, and I'm like, man, what a wild mix to have at like a football tailgate. And then like, so I legit walked up the hill, and there's a fucking DJ booth up there. This guy DJ'd
That's
on the
sick.
golf course. I was
Dude,
like,
I'm
this is
telling
the
you.
shit.
It's
Like,
wild.
like,
We go to 1 or 2 a year, and they're awesome.
yeah. And
Yeah.
then there was the Fox game day was at Pioneer, so we
Oh,
walked
nice.
over there and got in
Yep.
the mix with that, and was
Had to
standing
get
out
on
in the
TV
crowd
and
stuff
Reggie
like
Bush and Matt Leinart and all
Reinhardt,
them
yeah,
saying
they were doing because they were doing the Heisman watch, and they had
nice.
Blake in it.
Okay, Blake Corum.
Last year, yeah, because it was towards the end of the season, and yeah, so it's cool.
So I have one last question. Do you have a favorite sport moment of you like being there, like watching a live sport?
I was actually there for when Desmond Howard did the pose in the end zone against.
What?
Fuck.
Are you serious?
I was in that. end zone.
Oh my god.
In the
Good way to end it then,
end
huh?
zone that he did the high.
Still play that highlight. So
I literally was I fell into the people behind me. I was like jumping and cheering so hard. I like literally.
I thought you were gonna
Think
say a
about
Red
it.
Wings highlight
And
for sure.
think about it. I do have one there, but like I said, my first touchdown was seeing him catch that one against Maryland, and
Right.
then to like his last home game, I was there to watch that
Yeah,
pose.
that was
It
his last
kinda
home
like,
game.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. You won the Heisman.
Played in the Rose Bowl, and then he went to the
Who'd they
Pro
play in the Rose Bowl?
Bowl.
Washington. or something?
Washington.
That's what I thought.
Or no,
Okay.
yes, Washington.
Nice.
But also, yeah. So I got to go to the Wings Flyers Stanley Cup final game in '96. So when Eiserman got that standing ovation,
Yeah.
like, dude, yeah. So yeah, that might be it.
Okay.
Yeah,
That was
Yeah.
probably an incredible
His-
moment.
it. I mean, when you sit there in that time and you just think like, yeah, what the last 5-10 minutes? I don't know. It could have lasted 2 minutes, but
Right.
it felt like 10 minutes. Like I
Yeah.
usually would get hair on, standing up,
Yeah.
just even
Yeah.
talking or thinking about it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just like, dude, like, and even I'm with Adam and Tad, they're Flyers fans,
Right.
and they're like, that's fucking.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I bet.
Like,
Speaking of Adam, so Adam works for the Flyers. That's your homie over there.
Yeah.
I have plenty of Flyers gear thanks to you. People always point it out, like,
Right.
dude, you're a Flyers fan? And I'm like, no, my buddy's got a buddy.
Yeah.
So how long's he been working for them?
In '03, I believe he started.
Okay. And you're going to see him in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
Nice. You excited? You ever been to Nashville?
I went when I was like 16.
Okay.
Like just we stayed in Cookeville, Tennessee, about 30-40 minutes outside. But one day
Gotcha.
we did go into, and I was a sophomore in high school, and my brother and his one of his best friends at the time, we went down to visit. They got like we went into Hooters and had lunch, and stuff like
Nice.
that.
Always love a good Hooters visit.
Yep. So that was my short visit in Nashville, but
Okay.
yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
Pretty
Dude,
pumped.
Steve wouldn't stop fucking talking about it.
Yeah.
Literally. When he went with Alex, he's like, yeah, we got to go back. Bring the boys back to Nashville.
Yeah.
Sorry, Alex.
It's going to be weird. Well, it's funny because we're going to be in there on a Sunday and Monday because I was just like piggybacking on when they were playing there. They're on Thursday, and I'm like, so I
Against
checked
the
the schedule,
Predators.
and I was like, oh, when do you guys get in there? He's like, we'll get in on Sunday. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to come stay down there, and like,
Yeah.
Yeah, originally I was
So he's
just gonna
like your
stay-
best friend, this guy?
Yeah,
You know?
like
for
best
sure.
friend.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
He's been working for the Flyers for what, 15 years now, something like
Well, it's
that.
been 20-ish.
20.
He survived
It's
like I
crazy.
want to say 4 GMs, like 6 coaches, like just well, his dad played for
Wow.
them back in the day, and his dad's like tight
What
with
the
Bobby Clark
fuck?
and stuff like that, you know. So his dad was more of a
Cool dude.
AHL player, but he
What
was
the
like the
fuck?
captain of the Maine Mariners, and he was like, you know, so
That's
so
so cool.
yeah, so my buddy, he
Yeah.
played for CompuWare, he played for Eastern, and then when he was done, he was going to go play in the East Coast League, and his dad's like, "Yeah, you're not playing. You don't want to ride around on buses. You don't want to, you know, all that jazz." He's like,
Yeah.
"I can, you know." Because
Get you a job.
I got into telecommunications and film at Easterns, and Adam literally, as soon as I got into it, he switched his major from like business and finance to telecommunications and films. So we were like in the same like film classes
Yeah,
and stuff like
right,
that.
right.
And then like so when he got done, his dad's like, "I'm gonna get you a job," and then he got a job as the video coach because he knew how to operate all the you guys got going on, operate all the equipment and
Right.
stuff like that. And he started with the Phantoms, and then he went up to the Flyers, and then during the lockout year, he went down to the Phantoms. They won the Calder Cup. His name's on the
Nice.
Calder
That's
Cup
Calder
so
Cup.
cool.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's
so.
so cool.
So that's why everyone's always like, "Why you got why you root for Philly or why you rocking the gear?" I'm like, "'Cause I want to see my buddy's name on the cup."
Of course.
Yeah,
Yeah. 100%.
Because I had a lot of fucking fun at that party. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah, and he had a pretty important call. Wasn't he part of the call where
Yeah,
something happened with Ovi?
yeah. So he was chasing Fedorov for most goals born by a Russian player,
I
and
remember when that happened.
they were tied.
Yep.
And so Ovi went in and scored, and Adam rang the bench and said, "Dude, he was offsides. Call that, throw the challenge." So they
Yep.
challenged it, and they were able
Took
to
away his goal to
call the
beat
ball.
Fedorov.
Yeah, so
for the
and
day.
Fedorov was
What?
Fedorov was one of my favorite players back in the day growing up. So he texted me and he's like, "Yeah, I did that just for you."
Yeah.
Wow.
So then
That is
a couple months
awesome.
later he ended up passing Fedorov. But yeah, that's an awesome thing
Really
to be able
good
to
for
do.
me, but he was like,
Yeah.
he's just like,
Yeah, that's cool, man. You're the guy who fucking took
the
away
goal away
fucking-
from tying your boy or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, cool, or passing your boy.
Yeah.
So
So, well, you got anything else, Nick? Think that's it?
No,
We're
I
good?
think that's it.
We'll probably have you on here again shortly once the simulator's up and we got the
Definitely.
leagues going and
Lakers
everything.
going, next season's going. We can plan some rounds and plan some.
Oh, yeah.
Too. Like
Yeah.
I'll have a little bit more free time to golf next summer. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I can't
looking
wait.
forward.
We're gonna
to
get out
playing.
there.
I still like literally, but like the course around here right now is I've never played Lion Oaks, and I think that's like my top of a course I can get to in a half hour.
Mhm.
I've heard really good things about the orchards in Washington Township.
We've talked about that too.
Stuff like that, but then you just got to stay sober.
Yeah, that's the hard part.
Golfing
Yeah.
and that can sometimes be
Yeah, golf.
a challenge.
That's why
in
I've
its
never
own.
golfed on the east side, probably because I'm not drinking all the way out there
Right.
and trying to cross through Detroit. So,
Yep.
Right.
all right,
Yeah,
you want
yeah.
to wrap it up for us there, Nicholas?
Yeah, I want to try something new too here.
Okay.
All right, so for everyone who's listening to this video right now, whichever noise this makes, let's see if it works.
Nice.
Comment below, tell us what that was right there. I want to, if you guys made it this far in the video,
Yeah.
we love you. Shout out for sticking with us.
Where should we drop audio throughout this one?
Yeah.
We appreciate y'all for listening to Three Pars and a Birdie
Yes, we
podcast.
do very much.
Thank you for coming in and doing this.
I've
Yep.
been looking
Is that-
forward to this for a long time.
Yeah, man, it was a pleasure. It was awesome listening to everything that you had to say.
There's still
Cody,
so much more I already know.
definitely. We got a lot to do with your drywall tomorrow
Yeah.
still
Yep.
and whatnot. We got to wrap
Yep.
that up.
And then we'll be going out in Plymouth. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun weekend.
So stay tuned for more podcasts and content. We're gonna have one on keep checking YouTube. This one should be on YouTube. If you're listening on Spotify, check the YouTube. Should have a video podcast out.
And the subscribe.
Comment, like, subscribe, hit the follow us on Twitter, 3 Pars and a Bird. If you need some merch, hit up Cody or me.
Yeah, I have a little bit of merch. I got a couple sweaters and a couple. Did I get any hoodies? I think maybe just crew neck sweaters. So yeah, we just made some. So holla at me. They're $15.
10%.
Yeah, use
discount.
Yeah, 10% code. I Hawk
code
Put an
3 Pars.
Yeah,
So
J Hawk.
all right, everyone, have a good day.
That's awesome.
Take care.
Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you very
Peace
much
out.
for listening.
That was
I'll
fun.
hit that.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
End it quickly.